Jeff, I know you do some great photography on the sets of your films, and I was just wondering if you had a chance to do that and give everybody some copies of those. I know you like to do that for other films here.
What was the last part of the question?
I know you make books of your photography from on set. I just wondered if you did that for this film.
Yeah. You know, I didn't take too many pictures on this film. The main reason was because the camera that I use, the Wilde Lux, requires quite a bit of light, and our movie required very little light, right? Because the suits and so forth, and so it was quite dim, and so I didn't take too many pictures. I have a few, and they may pop up on my website or something.
Another question for Jeff. How does it feel to see people so excited about Tron again after all these years?
Oh, it's great. So exciting. Comic-Con, of course, wasn't around back when the first one came out, but to feel the energy of the people, and you could really sense it when we came here last year and showed the trailer. And actually, it was the year before that. When we showed the effects test, and that was very responsible for getting the whole movie rolling, getting it financed and everything. So the fans are very integral to this whole thing, the Tron world.
I'm way back here in the back. I had a question kind of for the producers. You guys have been doing a really epic viral campaign so far. It's dating back almost a year. Just want to have you guys kind of talk about how you put that together, and a little bit to Bruce too, because it's kind of like doing a bunch of live theater pieces with some of the stuff you guys have put together. And what else could we expect?
I think that one of the things when we all made the decision to do a kind of a standalone sequel, that we would accept that the events in 1982 and narrative that occurred, one of the things that with Eddie and Adam and Joe, my fellow producers here, we all did was we mapped the mythology from 82 to 2010. And that gave us, I think, number one, hopefully a really good foundation for the story we wanted to tell in 2010, but also gave us all those intervening years. And so there was a lot of history and backstory that we thought there were interesting ways to express. And so some of that is coming across in the ARG and the viral. Some of that is going to come across on other platforms, the video game and some other publishing efforts. And it has been really, really fun watching the community evolve and build and seemingly really, really enjoy what's going on. And yeah, it's been great watching Bruce deal with conditions on the ground in San Francisco. Garrett the same. It's been fun. So.
This question is for Joe. I'm really excited about Daft Punk doing the score. Can you just talk about how you collaborated with them to make the music?
Yeah, Daft, I hooked up with Daft Punk very early in the process, before even doing the VFX test piece. Sean went down to the 101 Cafe in Hollywood and met them for a pancake breakfast and discussed their passion for Tron and how serious they took it and how good an inspiration it was to them, which I think is pretty obvious if you've been in any of their live shows. So we talked about it for a long time, and then got started on the music very early. We were doing music before we even started shooting, and we continued working on it for almost 2 years now. They're in the studio as we speak, putting the finishing touches on their score, and it's it's a really incredible blend of electronic music, orchestral music, and really blurs the line between sound design and music in a really interesting way. It's a new direction for them that they're really excited about, and it's so tied to the film because we've developed them together. It's really just an amazing kind of fusion of music and picture that I'm really happy about.
And didn't they base their look on Tron?
Yeah, absolutely.
It was also amazing when we were shooting. They were integral to the process of shooting, because sometimes if you really needed to find the tone of a scene, we would listen to a Daft track and you'd really understand where you were in the movie, and I found that really helpful and really inspiring, so really lucky about that.
Hi, where are you? I have a first of all, it's for Mr. Bridges. I'd like to know if you think that 3D is here to stay, if that's the new way of shooting movies, and for the producers, what kind of special time did you dedicate in order to create the look inside the computer? So do you have to extra clean the movie in order to remove like dust or any other element that does not belong inside a computer board?
As far as 3D goes, I think, I don't know if that will stay very long because things are moving so rapidly. But we're constantly, I think filmmakers are always looking for something to bring the audience deeper into the reality of the story you're telling. There's a film process called show scan that Douglas Tron developed that never really got, they didn't really take off. But that was just running the film 60 frames instead of 24 frames and projecting it that way. It made everything sharp and more real, almost a 3D effect. So I guess, isn't 3D without glasses coming the next 10? And holograms, I guess that's where it's going. Or maybe you just take a pill.
As far as the technical piece, Jeff, you want to speak to that?
Tron, the pill.
We shot with the Pace Cameron 35mm, F-35 video system, and that's a very cumbersome beast on the set. It really helps inform the way you shoot the film. That is such a large animal. You've got cranes that are twice as large as normal motion picture cranes, and the time it takes is probably 10 or 20% longer in the production schedule. So it really changed our approach to the film, which I think you'll see when you see the movie, and then from a post-production end, Eric.
Certainly the post-production end, we're pushing the envelope, helping, see Joe's vision through and kind of create this new world of Tron. I think the 3D aspect of it really helps. I think when we watch the film and go from our normal day to the Tron world, I think it's well, I'm hoping you all think it's a pretty amazing leap.